3.9 kilovolts. Well, it'll keep the honest cows in, but if we want to keep them all in, we need our fence to perform better. Do you struggle understanding electric fences? Well, today's video doesn't have any complicated information. It's just a few simple things that you can do to improve the performance of your existing energizer and your existing fence without too much fuss. Let's go and spend half an hour and hopefully make a big dent on the performance of this fence. Now, of course, when we're thinking about improving the efficiency and performance of our electric fence, the first thing we logically think about is upgrading our energizer. But what if there were some simple things you could do to get more power and performance out of this energizer, and it may well be adequate enough for the job? So let's see if we can do a couple of things here to make out there work even better. Now check this out. It's something I see all the time. We've got our earth lead from the small energizer in the box coming up to a steel post that's only about 600 mil in the ground, and that is our single only earth. The cable's really thin, really small, and the earth is only about that big. This is one of the major issues that I see. People don't understand the importance of earth. The earth wire is just as critical as your whole fence, because if you don't get electrons flowing in a circuit, doesn't matter how powerful that thing is, you're not going to get any performance out of your fence. So let's upgrade the earth and see if it makes a big difference. Now the other thing is lead out. Have a look at the power cable coming out of the energizer. Once again, it's just a tiny little cable. Let's see if we upgrade the lead out, how much more performance we'll get out of the fence. I'm going to replace all of those small wires with some high capacity lead out wire. This stuff is aluminium wire and it packs punch. It's the equivalent of 2 or 3 ordinary steel wires. So now that we've dramatically increased the conductivity of the wires leading from the energizer to both the earth and the lead out, we need to make sure that the earth is connected to posts that are going to give us maximum conductivity in the ground. So today I'm using galvanized stock posts, and we're going to drive these almost all the way in the ground, and for every 5 joules of energy in your energizer, you're going to need 3 of these at a 4 meter spacing down the fence line, and we're going to connect them with our high conductive cable in one long unbroken line. Driving the steel posts that deep in the ground can be a real pain in the neck manually, so I've got a Horsley Engineering petrol post driver, and I've chosen the Horsley one because it's got an inbuilt guide. I don't have to buy one separately. Adam, have at it, mate.
Gee, what'd your last lathe die of?
I've got to do something with the camera. It's really important. Now we want to run this out in one long unbroken wire across the 3 posts, and then we're going to use clamps to install the wire properly rather than just twitching it on and hoping for the best in terms of connection. Now all we need to do is just strip off the insulation at each of our steel posts, and for that we're going to use some wire strippers on one of the larger holes so that we avoid damaging the inner aluminium core. We want that to remain intact, and we definitely don't want to overlap wires here. We want the one long continuous wire joined to all of our posts. Okay, so with simple upgrades to our earth and our lead out, let's see how this spot on the fence that we measured before is now performing. And we've got 5 kilovolts. Not a bad upgrade. Get your earth and your lead out right, and you automatically increase the performance of your fence, which means less damage to the fence, more control over your livestock. Adam, as you just pointed out, mate, off camera, that's a 25% increase in the performance of this fence. What are we, about half a K away from your tiny little energizer there?
About that.
That's not bad, is it? Just using the right lead wire and just using the right earth wire, using the right amount of stakes and using the right stakes.
It was a very simple upgrade, that's for sure.
A lot of people don't realise that when you're putting a post in the ground to act as an earth, you should use galvanised, because electricity doesn't flow through the post, it flows around the post, and rust creates, if you like, little speed bumps that slow your electrons down and decrease the performance of your earth. So using the right clamps and the right posts is just as important as your lead out wire.
Very good, Tim. Thanks once again.
Mate, thank you. And guys, if you are looking for good agronomy advice in the Yarra Valley, check out Upton Agronomy. Adam's your man. And if you want to get onto the products that we used in this video, they're really simple and easy to get. Just check the links in the description. And if you want a more detailed video on how to check your earth is performing well, click on the video that's popping up next. Make sure you subscribe to the channel or you miss out on great stuff like this, and I'll catch you next week with something else. Cheers, mate.
Very good.